It is an honour to address you as Labour's Secretary of State for Scotland. And let me start by paying tribute to the work of my friend and my predecessor, who kept the flag flying for Scottish Labour in the toughest of times. So, Ian, thank you for the work that you've done and the service you have given our party. Now, at last year's general election, when, let us remember, we held just 2 seats in Scotland, we made a promise that there would be Scots at the heart of a Labour government. And just over a year later, right across government, Scottish Labour ministers are harnessing the power of the United Kingdom to deliver for Scotland. Not just Ian's work on the creative industries at the Department of Culture, Media and Sport, but Kirsty McNeil's work to deliver local regeneration from the Scotland office, Michael Shanks and Martin McCluskey's work to deliver good jobs and clean energy from the Department of Energy, Blair McDougall's work to deliver our modern industrial strategy, and Zubair Ahmed's work at the Department of Health, proving that with a Labour government, waiting lists come down. We pledged, Conference, that a vote for Scottish Labour wasn't just a vote to send a message, it was a vote to send a government. A promise made, Conference, a promise delivered. Now, we all understand that across Scotland and indeed across the whole of the United Kingdom, that people are still suffering. Too many people feel ignored and forgotten, and there is still so much to do. We hear you. We get it. But the simple truth is this: no government, however determined, could undo all the damage of 14 years in just 14 months. So I want to assure you today that the work of change in Scotland is now underway. And the difference that we're making as a Labour government inspired by Labour values is both meaningful and measurable. Our Labour government has already raised the minimum wage and delivered a pay rise for 200,000 of the lowest paid workers in Scotland. We've delivered a £10 billion frigate deal that will secure 2,000 well-paid unionised jobs and so guaranteed the future of shipbuilding on the Clyde. We've delivered the largest budget settlement for Scotland in the history of devolution, burying Tory austerity once and for all. And Conference, thanks to the campaigning efforts of our Scottish Labour MPs, last week a Labour-led Scotland office delivered direct funding of almost £300 million for regeneration to communities across Scotland, from the inner cities to the outer isles. So why, with the UK government now delivering record levels of investment to Scotland, do our communities feel that their public services are worse and not better? The facts don't lie. 20 years of the SNP running Scotland has taken our nation backwards on education, on health, on housing, on ferries, and backwards on pretty much everything for which they are responsible. That's why their election strategy seems to be, we've made a mess of everything we're responsible for, so let's talk about anything other than how we're running Scotland, like independence, or Nigel Farage, or independence, or Donald Trump, or independence, or pretty much anything other than the present state of Scotland. Never has so much political capital been accumulated by one political party to so little effect. 20 years of Salmond, Sturgeon and Swinney, and there is so little to show for it. Can you really claim to be stronger for Scotland when you've weakened our public services and stagnated in government? Jackie Baillie put it best. The truth is, if John Swinney knew how to fix the challenges Scotland faces, he'd have done it by now. But Conference, if the SNP won't talk about their record, then we surely will. In our hospitals, 1 in 6 of us are on waiting lists in Scotland. 100,000 Scots waiting in preventable pain for more than a year. In our schools, a sorry record of rising violence and falling standards, a housing crisis that continues to worsen, an economy held back. The majority of the Scottish public already know that the SNP are bad enough that they deserve to lose. So our challenge over the coming months is to convince the majority that we're good enough that we deserve to win. Together, from now until next May, we will make the case that a different and better future for our nation is possible. The SNP as a nationalist party is dedicated to making Scotland independent. Everyone understands that. But the harsh truth is that if you wake up every morning thinking, what can I do today to move Scotland closer towards independence? That means you start the day focused on difference, on division, and on grievance. And in today's world of political, economic, and technological tumult, that approach is just letting Scotland down. Now is the time to focus on building and not breaking, on cooperating, not on conflict, on working together and not pulling apart. We need and deserve in Scotland a First Minister committed to solidarity and not separation, to ensure that Scotland's aspirations are backed by the full strength of the United Kingdom. That is why the next First Minister has to be someone who will put the people of Scotland first, before constitutional obsession, or party advantage, or populist politics. Someone who will have both the ideas and, frankly, the energy. Someone willing to tackle the failure and complacency and be the person who wakes up every morning thinking, what can I do today to make Scotland's public services fit for the people of Scotland? And who can I work with today to make that happen faster? My friend, our leader, Anas Sarwar, has dedicated his life to public service. From working as an NHS dentist in Paisley, to calling out racism and speaking up for the marginalised, to delivering 37 Scottish Labour MPs, and most recently delivering victory in Hamilton, Larkhall, Stonehouse, and yes, in Barrhead. Anas Sarwar Anas Sarwar just keeps listening, keeps working, keeps leading, and yes, keeps winning. Conference, let me ask you to show your appreciation for our Scottish Labour leader, the man I believe, with your support, will be Scotland's next First Minister, Anas Sarwar.
A year ago, we delivered a UK Labour government. And in just 7 months' time, we can start the journey for change in Scotland too.